Regular viewers of my channel already know Siren, and sitting next to her is Katya. Now there's a good reason why there's three of us here today versus just me. That's because today we're going to be showing you the 3-pack Mevo Start System from Logitech for creators. Now this is a wireless video system that's designed to work with its Multicam app for live streaming or recording directly to your phone or your tablet. It really is a cool system. Now, while these cameras have built-in microphones, let me tell you something, they really don't sound that good. So I've taken the time to go through a variety of mics from a variety of manufacturers so that you could hear which wireless mics sound best on this wireless video system.
Did you say wireless?
Yes, I did say wireless.
Does that mean you can film this segment anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere.
Well, how about the Bahamas?
Ooh, I like that idea.
You want to go to the Bahamas?
Yeah.
Siren, get the plane ready. We're going to the Bahamas. Yes, we made it to the Bahamas. Let me check in with everybody. Here's Siren, here's Katya, and here's me. We're using my mic right now. I'll tell you about it in just a moment, just so you can see that we're telling you the truth. I'm going to borrow Siren's camera for just a moment, and we're going to take this outside. It doesn't have image stabilization. Here, let me open this door here out to our balcony. And as you can see, we are at the beautiful Bahamas Resort in Nassau, Bahamas. This is just really a gorgeous place. Now let's go on and go back inside. Let me get this door closed over here so it stays quiet inside. And first, I'm going to tell you a little bit. Let me switch cameras over here. I want to tell you a little bit about this camera. This is the Mevo Start. Now, this came in a 3-pack system. It sells for $1,000. Now, what you get the camera, you get USB-C cables and a microfiber cloth. Let me tell you what, in my opinion, is greatly missing. There's no sort of lens cap or lens cover, and considering this is really easy to get fingerprints on, that really surprised me on that. The other thing that I noticed that was missing, and here I'll say this, and this is based on, you see this on the back? This is a 3.5 millimeter audio input, like the camera I'm using right now, I'm using a microphone on. But there is no cold shoe. There's no way to mount the mic. You just have to dangle it down off of a cable. Didn't really love that. It also has a USB-C port. This is great for podcasting mics. Also down here, there's an SD or micro SD card. Now, where this is good, when you're recording, you can have it set up in the app, and that's the app right over here, where it can automatically record to give you a backup recording. So if you want to produce later, you have your recordings here in the camera. Now, the reason we're here today, and it goes back to my basic philosophy, video is easy, audio is hard. Now, I've watched a number of reviews, and there's some good setup videos that were sponsored by the manufacturer that they really did a good job of explaining how to take it out of the box, set it up, and get it ready to use. But some of the reviewers that are out there that I've seen, they talk about the built-in microphones, that there's a 3-microphone array in here. Well, they said, oh, it sounds good. Let me tell you something. I don't think it does. Now, give me a moment to reset this camera back up, and I'll show you what I mean. You're just using the built-in microphone. Let me turn on her mic. She's now live. What did she have for breakfast this morning?
I had a bowl of fruit and a glass of water.
Okay, that sounds like just an exciting breakfast here. Now, we're back over here. Now, today we're here to talk about wireless microphone solutions. And let me get this. The microphone that I'm using right now is a Saramonic Blink 900 Pro. Now, I did a review on this mic, comparing it to the Rode Wireless Go. This sells for $100 more. In fact, hold on, I want to show you something. This is one of my pet peeves about this. I want to go and put a graphic up here. And I have the Saramonic, where is it? I have to scroll down to the graphics I already made. Here it is. This is the Saramonic Blink 900 Pro. You can see the prices. It's $400. I did a review on this comparing this to the Rode Wireless Go. And while this is $100 more, I gave it a better value rating because while the Rode really does not include any accessories other than charging, This includes everything, including some high quality microphones, connection cables for Android, and connection cables for iPhone, which you really don't see. It includes everything. So I really like this. So now here's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to take a moment and we're going to put microphones on Siren and Katya, and I want you to hear the difference. You already heard what they sounded like by using the internal microphone. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I'm still wearing the Saramonic Blink 900. In a moment, we're going to cut to Siren, who's using the DJI mic. And I have to tell you, it's hard to find a bad review on that mic. I've used it. I really like it. It has all the accessories for iPhone and USB-C, has a charging case and built-in recording. Now let's go in and cut over to Siren. Let me turn on her mic. I'll come over here, and Siren, let me ask you a question. When you're not busy traveling around with me, you're taking care of an Instagram account. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's true. I've been an Instagram content creator for nearly 15 years, even before the days of Instagram, actually. And I create content for companies such as photo packages and videos and now Reels. And we've actually just started to move into YouTube. So now we're creating YouTube videos as well.
Okay, and we put Siren's address up where you can check her on Instagram. Now we're going to switch over to Katya. Katya's wearing the Rode Wireless Go. Now, as you know, that is one of the hottest selling dual channel microphones out there today. Now, I'm going to start by asking Katya, here, I'm going to switch over to your camera. I'll turn your mic on in just a moment. So you're in the yacht charter business. Can you tell me more about that?
So I've been in, on and around boats since 1996, sailboats, luxury yachts, and I run an Instagram page called Palm Beach Boat Charters, where I help people book charters for the day, sometimes trips to the Bahamas, on boats ranging from 30 feet up to around 120 feet.
So you now heard three mics. We'll have more in a minute, but first, I'd like to give some creative input to the folks at Logitech and Mevo. Now, today, as I said, I'm trying to play director and host and producer and the whole bit. In using the Multicam Pro app, it's a little confusing, especially when you have three different mics on three different cameras. So I want to give you a suggestion. Now, I'm going to flip over here to the page you have the lower thirds. This is a great page. It's easy to set up. However, when you're using it and you're trying to direct and control the various audios that you want to keep, you don't want to have multiple audio sources open because you're going to get echoing. It just makes things very complicated. Here's how they can simplify it. Two things. First, move this over here with the graphics. Give us a link here on this page right here. That would make things easy. The other thing is, and when I worked in television for 30 years, there's a feature called audio follows video. It would be nice that when I click the cameras around, it would automatically take that microphone. Now, granted, you could have that as a setting whether or not you wanted to use it. I'd really like to see that feature. Okay, we're going to switch microphones again, and now that I've talked about audio follows video, I'm going to show you a microphone system that you can use with multiple people that solves that problem. You're really going to like this microphone. I can tell you I do, especially for use with the Mevo Start System. This is the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro 8. Now, here's what separates this one from the pack. You notice, first of all, the microphones or transmitters are tiny, and there's 4 of them included in the box. You say, okay, how do we get 4 of them into a single input? Well, it has this receiver. I hope you can see that here. And it has dual outputs and a pigtail cable that takes it back into one. Here, Siren's holding up the box here so that you can see what this looks like. Now, granted, it's not an inexpensive microphone. It's $500. But here's what makes this thing really special. Now, Siren, right now, I only have, and let me say this, I only have the microphone going into one camera. On the other cameras, there's no microphone going into it. There are audio sources above. So Siren, tell me a little bit about yourself. What are you doing when you're not here traveling around with me?
I'm usually traveling somewhere else in the world, or I'm teaching surf lessons, or I'm making jewelry, or I'm working for companies creating content for Instagram, like video and photos and things like that. I like to travel and work on my Volkswagen buses, and I surf a lot, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay, now we're going to switch over to Katya. And if you notice, what I had to do over here, and I switched back to me, I didn't have to switch the audio sources. Boom, I switched the camera. It's that easy. Now, Katya, I'll ask you, where are you from? I notice your accent doesn't sound like you're from South Florida.
I'm originally English and I've been traveling a lot, but I have been in Florida for about 22 years now. I love it in Florida. It's beautiful and warm, and I'm very happy there.
Now, just to underline, I have to tell you, for the use for the Mevo, for multiple people, if you have 1, 2, 3, or 4 people, this is really a nice mic. Now we have one more round to go, and one of them is going to kind of surprise you. So give me a moment. I'm going to reset and keep going. One thing I want to point out, typically, I would be wearing headphones while trying to direct this. The problem is there's a better latency. Not the latency that you would expect when you're streaming, and there are settings for that. I'm talking the latency when you're monitoring audio. I'll give you an example. Let me plug in the headphones, and you'll hear that when the sound comes out, there's a bit of an echo. And I'll tell you, if you're trying to monitor your audio, that is really, really annoying. Okay, 3 more microphones to go. The one I'm wearing right now is the Sony. I have to read this off because it's a complicated name. It's the ECM W2PT. It's a Bluetooth mic. The other microphones that you've heard are 2.4 gigahertz microphones. Now, while this can be used for the Mevo, if you can see here, this has a multi-interface U connector that's designed for Sony DSLRs. You can record a digital or analog output on that based on which camera you have. It's kind of the Rodney Dangerfield of microphones, because a lot of people don't think about Bluetooth microphones as wireless microphones. Now, let's go on. We're going to cut over to Siren. Let me make sure I have this right. Let's change the graphics. She is wearing the Saramonic Blink 500 Pro X. And Siren, I'll ask you, what do you think of the beaches here at Bahamas?
The beaches here are absolutely amazing. The water is this beautiful shade of blue. The waves are breaking out on the reef. And I think over by that crashed boat, there might even be a little right-hand point break. And I'm starting to think I should have brought my surfboards. Well,
it would have been fun to try to see how that would have fit on the plane. But now we're going to move over to Katya. Now, Katya has a mic on, and let me change the graphics here. She has the Comica Vimo C. Let me change back to mine for a second. When I first got this microphone, and remember, I purchased the microphones that, in fact, every microphone that you've heard on here has been purchased by me. There's no sponsorship, there's no influencing. These are microphones that I own. I just enjoy it, it's a hobby. When I first got this and tried it on a DSLR, I thought the audio quality was okay. However, when connected to the Mevo, especially for people with faint voices such as Katya, this thing really has excelled. So let me switch over to Katya here, and let me get your microphone up, and I'm going to ask you the same question. What do you think about the beaches here at Bahamas?
Top class. I'm from Florida, but I have to say it doesn't get any better than this. The Bahamian beaches, it's powdered sugar sand, turquoise clear water, and it's just the Garden of Eden.
One thing I neglected to say, I said that it didn't have a lens cap and it didn't have a cold shoe. It also didn't have a carrying case. You have to buy these separately. They're $30 each with taxes and shipping and fees. It's about $100 for 3. It seems that they would have given you a better way to protect the camera in the starter kit. But other than that, it's an interesting system. I think that the interface has some room for improvement. But again, it is software and firmware. It's something that can be improved. Where I was having the problems trying to be a director, and with the exception of using that one Saramonic mic that had the 4 microphones on it, that was easy because I could just switch the cameras around, only have the microphones in one camera, and it just seemed to work very well. Here, I'm going back and forth, and when I sit the camera to make sure the other microphones are off, and that way you're not getting extra noise or anything. It's just a little confusing. And you heard what I said about trying to switch in between the graphics and going back. The interface could be a little bit better. So now I'm going to leave these people right here with one question. Are you ready to go to the beach?
Yes.
Okay, Katya, you ready to go to the beach?
Absolutely ready.
As we said, we're here at the beach at Baha Mar in Nassau, Bahamas. Questions, comments, and opinions, leave them below. I'll also put links to their social media down there, as well as affiliate links to every product that you've seen in this video. So guys, was it worth all the problem of putting together that video to end up at the beach?
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, look at this. It's in paradise, so yep.
It is paradise. That's it for now. I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Park.